Outside is a concrete hum, a gray and hurried pace. But in my chest a seed took root in this secluded space. My thoughts like twining ivy climb seeking the light of day. This silent grove where secrets sleep and shadows softly play. Oh, forest of the heart, a sanctuary deep, where sunlight filters through the tears the lonely branches weep. The rivers of my feelings flow beneath the mossy stone, and every breath I take is a whisper that I'm finally home. Passing time. The air is thick with petrichor, a scent that feels sublime. Your presence is the gentle rain that nourishes the ground, washing the dust from every leaf without a single sound. The path is dark, the canopy hangs low, a velvet midnight shroud, but hidden deep, a luminous bloom, singing its truth. A burden of the past, and stand exposed, a sapling strong, built to forever last. Anchoring me in place. I see my fears as fleeting mist that vanishes without a trace. The fireflies of hope ignite 100 tiny stars, guiding me through the winding trails, past all the broken scars. Step off the pavement, leave the city lights behind, into the velvet shadow where the winding trails unwind. The air is thick with silence, heavy on my skin, a labyrinth of emerald pulling me within. The trees are ancient keepers, standing tall and gray, blocking out the judgment of the honest light of day. Beneath the roots of twisted oak, scent of rain and forgotten histories. I hear the rustle of regret moving through the fern, watching how the embers of the past refuse to burn. The brambles tear at alibis, the thorns demand a price for walking on this hallowed ground as cold as winter ice. You cannot run from what is sown. The seed becomes the tree, and every hidden shadow is a part of you and me. The mist arise on velvet feet to blind the weary eye. A lullaby of rustling leaves, a sweet and soft goodbye. The flowers here have teeth of pearl, the skies and petals red. They promise rest upon the moss, a soft and sinking bed. Oh, the secret of the cruel forest, it whispers in your ear. It feeds upon your wildest dreams and drinks your heavy fear. A beautiful illusion, a labyrinth of lace. You lose your name and you lose your way within this hollow place. The path I walked has disappeared, devoured by the fern. The fireflies are cold as ice, they flicker but don't burn. I reach to touch a silver branch, it turns to smoke and gray. Time dissolves into the dark and steals the light of day. Ropes are wrapping round my ankles, gentle chains of wood. That I run away if I knew how. I leave here if I could, but the cruelty is terrifying, sweet as poison wine. I surrender to the shadows and let the darkness shine. Statue made of bone, I keep the secret silent here upon my mossy throne. So if you see the emerald gate, don't step across the line, or you will join the sleeping trees and be forever mine. Secret it is safe. begins to fade into the mist. A gentle touch upon my brow, a shadow softly kissed. I step onto the mossy floor, a carpet deep in green, walking through a waking dream, unseen and serene. The air is sweet like honeycomb, it fills my weary lungs, speaking ancient comforts in 1,000 silent tongues. Oh, healing forest, wash the dust away, turn the heavy night into a soft and glowing day. Wrap me in your canopy, a blanket woven tight, and let my broken pieces mend within your new emerald light. I drift upon the breeze, a feather meaningful and free, found within the silence of this sanctuary tree. Passing over storm, carrying the heavy burdens I have carried on my own. My tears become the morning dew, listening on the leaf, dissolving every echo of my sorrow and my grief. The roots beneath my bare feet hum vibration of the earth, promising a quiet peace, promising rebirth. Gravity, let's go. I am floating in the haze, lost within the rhythm of these golden sunlit days. No longer made of iron, I am water, I am air. Stripped of every worry, stripped of every single care. The womb becomes a flower, blooming wild and bright, drinking in the healing rain, reaching for the high. Beating, 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 beating. Breathe it in, let it go. The forest holds you now.
The sun is low, 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 a bruise of gold against the western gray. The wind is singing softly, a farewell to the day. The canopy is thinning out, revealing sky unseen, where all the secrets we held fast forever intervene. I walk the path for one last time, the moss beneath my shoe, and feel the weight of every choice the silent forest knew. This is the forest's final chord, a beautiful release where the frantic pulse shadows here no longer move to hide what we became. They only stretch across the ground, calling out my name. The river runs much slower now, reflecting truth and pain, washing out the final stains before the coming rain. The leaves are turning into dust, suspended in the light. A brittle golden curtain pulled back upon the night. The whispers turn to clarity. The fog is swept away. No more mazes left to solve, no more reason left to stray. The journey finds its quiet stop. The map is incomplete, but here where all the paths converge, the ending feels so sweet. We thought the woods would last forever, deep and undefined, but every tangled root must heal what lies behind to find. It's just the ground beneath the growth, the naked, honest earth, accepting that the silent end precedes a quiet birth. Final chord rings
A secret held by the ancient trees. Can you hear it call? The world outside is a rush of gray. Another siren, another day. But when I step beneath the bough, a different silence meets me now. Sunlight filters a dusty haze through towering limbs of forgotten ways. I leave the noise, I shed my skin to find the peace that awaits within. The moss is soft beneath my feet. The air is cool, the sand is sweet. I trace the path the deer have worn, from twilight till early morn. There are no clocks and no demands, just quiet workings of the land. I close my eyes and start to fall into the whisper, the silent call. The voice of the forest, a low, steady hum, telling me gently where I belong, where I've come. It's the rhythm of the roots, the wind through the pine, a deep, vital truth, a connection divine. I can feel it in my soul, it washes dust and stone, a path I walk completely alone. I built my world from steel and glass, and watched the hurried, frantic hours pass. Yeah. But the air grew thin, the light turned cold, chasing stories that were never told. I carried burdens I couldn't bear, a weight of silence, city-worn despair. Now every step is a turning back. I left the noise on the county line to find a peace that once was mine. The canopy accepts me whole, a quiet shelter for a weary soul. The shadows deep and cool and vast, releasing memories of the past. I feel the earth begin to breathe, the tangled roots of a lie. Believe there's healing in the ancient wood. Oh, return to the forest where the silence speaks loud, away from the judgment and the critical crowd. The trees stand like guardians, silent and tall, catching my fear so I don't have to fall. This is where I started, this is where I'm in. My journey's beginning, my journey's end. I remember how to breathe beneath the green. Return to the forest where the silence speaks loud, away from the judgment and the critical crowd. The trees stand like guardians, silent and tall, catching my fear so I don't have to fall. This is where I started, this is where I'm in. My journey's beginning, my journey's end. I remember how to breathe beneath the greed, and the path is calling me back. The city promised fortunes bright, it stole my color, stole my light. Here every scar is understood, written into the bark, the stone, the wood. I shed the armor I was forced to wear, letting the gentle moss repair. I'm sinking roots deep in the floor, I won't be running anymore. Oh, return to the forest where the silence speaks loud, away from the judgment and the critical crowd. The trees stand like guardians, silent and tall, catching my fear so I don't have to fall. This is where I started, this is where I'm in. My journey's beginning, my journey's end. I remember how to breathe beneath the green. I'll stay right here now. The forest calls, I am home. Ooh, the tree. Ooh, yeah. I follow the deer tracks in the dew, where the edges fade and the dreams are true. I never needed walls of stone, the hollow trunk has been my throne. My clothes are woven from the vine. My only time is moon and sunshine. I know the names of every bird, the secrets that the wind has stirred. I drink the water clean and cold, a story older than the old. Ooh, I'm running barefoot on the moss. I count my riches by the loss. A worry, hurry, and the need. Do-ba-dee-da-da-da, shoo-be-doo-wah, skidoo-ba-dee-doo-doo-ray, shake-a-bop-bop, feel the rhythm go. We-oh-lay-oh, watch the river flow. Concrete and steel, but they forget the things that heal. They chase the light inside the screens, while I live within the evergreen. They say I should learn, they say I should change, but my spirit roams a mountain range. I need no compass, no straight line, just the earth beneath and the light of a child.